Tom Brady kisses his kids, though, and that's always rubbed me the wrong way.
Like on the lips?
If you buy something off Facebook Marketplace, you definitely don't want them to know where you live. he's out of here. He walked out. He's out. He said,
Ken, be honest. What are you doing in Vegas tomorrow?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Life Wide Open podcast. You guys know that we love ShipStation, and it's been helping us fulfill our orders for over 5 years, and we couldn't run our website and our business without it. If you're looking to start or grow your online business, ShipStation is the answer for your fulfillment needs. And 98% of companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life. Manage every order from one simple dashboard, automate routine shipping tasks, print shipping labels, and easily compare rates and delivery times to optimize every single shipment, and automate delivery notifications. So worry less about the bottom line when you save money with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com and use code WIDEOPEN today to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, code WIDEOPEN. Hey guys, quick break in the podcast for a word from today's sponsor, Bespoke Posts. No matter what you have going on this spring, Box of Awesome has you covered. From camping gear essentials, cookout must-haves, and drink game upgrades, Box of Awesome has collections for every part of your life. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. So get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code WIDEOPEN at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code WIDEOPEN for 20% off your first box. boxofawesome.com. Code WIDEOPEN.
Oh my God.
man, Ev, I just got to say, I could see you getting into drifting after today.
I think I did get into drifting today.
Yeah, for sure. I'm saying you might be going to the track, bringing that Miata on a trailer, going all over the country.
I mean,
Little traveling circuit.
dude, I'd be down. It's literally like a rush. And that was a pretty low horsepower car. And
Yeah, it was fun, dude. I was cheesing the whole time before you hopped in the driver's seat.
Me and Evan drove it home. After the whole drifting day, we drove the Miata home, and I'm driving. Evan's in the passenger seat. And I go, man, I kind of want to just drift this thing. And he goes, yes, dude, drift the on-ramp. Drift the on-ramp. And I look over and I go, you know what, Ev? You and I are on different levels. If you think that you can drift this entire on-ramp.
He probably could.
I know he could, dude. Second gear. It was truly amazing.
And that thing didn't even have an angle kit, so it was amazing that it was doing as well as it did, you know. And then you got Mike's full-on race car over there, just spitting and sputtering, blowing smoke. It looked like a chimney.
We brought the trailer for the Miata to come home because we assumed it was going to be broken, but who knew that Micah's car wouldn't even be able to run up on the trailer?
I mean, I knew. I had a
guess.
feeling. I had a sneaky suspicion.
But you
I do
just
feel
think-
bad for the kid. That might be why he's not here right now. Is he's busy crying about, spending all the money on the car, and then he just gets made fun of the whole time.
I know how that feels.
I mean, it's tough.
I mean, you guys kind of do it to yourself.
Because if you
100%.
do, and then we're in the position of,
You got to make fun of
us.
us.
You have to.
no one tells you to buy those things.
No, I agree. That is why it hurts so much, is because you're not mad at your friends making fun of you, and you're not even really mad at the thing not working. You're just disappointed or mad at yourself for making a bad purchase. You just feel dumb, and that's really what gets to you.
I think when it's really funny though is when the rest of us are like, I can't believe he's gonna actually buy that thing, and then we're like, I wouldn't buy that, and then they buy it anyways, and then it still ends up being
still
this,
sucks?
like a disaster. And you're like, dude, I saw that coming from about 10 miles away.
Or we hype them up to buy it, and then as soon as they buy it, then we're like, man, what an idiot.
I was so nervous bringing that Miata home because I went alone, and we'd have a bad track record of coming home with vehicles that turn out to be shit. And I was like, that's not going to be me.
Well, to be fair, Ken has a bad track record.
Yeah, it's just Ken.
You're right. You're right.
You
But
have
I
it
didn't-
personally.
I didn't want to add to the record and be lumped in with Ken's bad Facebook Marketplace pickups.
I'll fill the audience in here. This is usually how it goes if we find something on Facebook Marketplace. We go, hey, can somebody go to 2 hours away and pick this thing up, right? Ken will go, yep, I can do it.
I'm already taking my Tesla to the cities because it's broken again.
I'll pick it up while I'm down there. We're like, okay, great. Here's all the information on it. I pretty much know nothing about it, so you have to take it upon yourself to make sure that this is a good purchase. Okay, but at the end of the day, you make the call. You're there. You make
You
the call.
see it.
Right?
Yeah, all we see is pictures.
So pretty much every single time Ken's ever done that, I would say conservatively 5 times, maybe 10. He comes back, and the thing doesn't run And then we ask him, well, did you drive it? No. Did you start it? No. Well, did you ask any questions? No.
Ken, what type of gas does it take? I don't know.
So that's pretty much our experience.
But to be fair, we've sent them on a lot of shifter cart pickups, and those can be the most finicky rigs.
Well, his excuse there is he doesn't fit in them.
That's valid. That's valid. But no, this Miata, unbelievable car.
Good rig.
$4,000. It's a 1990. It's got over 200.
89.
Oh, it's an
The
89.
80s. That explains
And
it.
it's got over 250,000 miles on the clock. I think it does have a new engine in it.
It does. With a mismatched top
Dude,
end.
It rips.
Yeah,
it's
it
just
was.
a great car, and I never quite understood why people like Miatas, but I could confidently say I'd buy one for myself, a little get around. The convertible is what makes it fun too. It's just a ripper, man.
You gonna join the Shriners?
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. CJ and his other Miata drivers with their little top
Zipper.
hats.
Well, when I was driving into DL the other day, I end up passing 2 other red Miatas,
No
both
way.
on separate instances. And I get like pumped. I'm like,
Miata.
yo! And they're just like confused, you know? And
What's-
then the third person was just like, or the second person was like,
What's the demographic of a typical
They were
Miata,
like-
Miata driver?
I think one was like a 55, maybe I'd probably say 65 plus year old man. It was a new Miata, kind of lame. Can't beat the classics. But the other one was a woman who was probably around the same age, 65 years old.
It seems like when you see most Miatas these days, maybe it's just now that we are Miata owners, but like everywhere I go, I
Really?
see a red Miata.
Well, it makes sense. They're great cars. But I don't know about the new ones.
Yeah, just the 80s.
The automatics. I think it's something fun about it being like a stick shift and obviously the top down.
They added too
and
much
whatever.
technology to those new ones, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
like a working radio. and
Yeah.
shit
Yeah,
like
you know,
that.
AC that
yeah,
didn't turn
the
on.
Bolted
headlights,
down
the
battery.
headlights don't flip up and down. You know, that's
Yeah,
The
good
windows
stuff.
that you don't have to roll.
yeah, and I just don't like that. Their top works, like it's not ripped.
Kind of like now that you own a Miata, everywhere you go, you notice Miatas, right?
Yep.
Same thing with, I went to try and find a bed the other day. So I went furniture shopping. Bro, I had no idea how many furniture stores there were until you start looking for a furniture store. They are on every single block, if not 2 a block.
Really?
Oh, that's a little aggressive. But
little
it's
aggressive.
crazy.
There's a lot of 'em, yeah.
There's a lot of them.
And you go in and it's quiet in there.
Yeah, it's such
It's
an odd.
dead.
I mean, I don't know if like they
It's a
were in there
huge
playing
space.
Limp Bizkit and stuff, but like a little bit of ambiance would be nice.
It's
But-
just like
Every single one is
No one in there.
going out of business. But
Always.
That's just their marketing.
Always going out of business.
Like-
and then they come back because that going out of business sale saves them.
Well, we didn't say when we were going out of business, but at some point we are going to.
Did you cash in on the free cookies though?
I did not, but the bed that I bought, dude, I just have trust issues when it comes to these certain like retailer spots because they could slap any price on them.
Of course.
And the bed that I bought was like marketed at $1,700, but originally it was $3,000.
Oh wow.
And I was like,
Half off.
this seems like ridiculous. They had to have just slapped that price on there and been like, but today it is half off.
Interesting.
We should do that with like our merch.
this is a
Originally,
$1,000 T-shirt, but we're gonna sell it to you for $27.
No, dude, that's what people do when they do multiple entries. You know, like they'll do on drop day, they're like 10 times entries today only.
I think that's so dumb.
It's just a gimmick. Because everybody else just offsets your chances of
And
winning.
it pissed me off if I was a person that bought something and like when, you know, during the original thing and then it's like the last day and they're like, we're giving you 10 times entries. I'm like, what the dude, I already bought my thing and
Dude,
then
I've seen like
it just,
75
deters
times
me.
entries.
Yeah, well, people do that, but I don't think it seems like most of the people that are doing that aren't doing a very good job of like
I think we've actually done a pretty good job of setting ourselves up by not doing like the 45,000 times entries on this certain day because people then just wait for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I
and
mean.
then and you did it last time. They're like, well, I'm not going to buy now because it's not 10 times entries, and they're going to wait till the next time. So then you're really not benefiting yourself. It still ends up evening out, especially when most people have reoccurring customers.
Yep.
So that's why I just like staying consistent. You know what you're going to get. We're not going to pull some.
Yeah, pull a rug out from
Yeah, we're not
underneath.
going to pull something and make you have to buy again or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I agree though. I've never liked that. But yeah, furniture stores, man, I kind of like it in there.
I do too.
It's relaxing.
There's something
Man,
nice
you
too
guys are so
about being
mature.
able to like see what you're buying and
Absolutely.
sit on it. Like
that's important,
everything now is all online,
dude.
and I was like, this is kind of refreshing actually. Laying on the bed too, because I asked
jump
Ken.
on him?
I was like, hey Ken, where do I buy a bed? And he was like, well, I bought mine online. And I was like, you didn't want to lay on it first, but you said you researched reviews for 3 weeks.
Oh,
right?
shit. So you were solely going off what someone else said.
Yeah.
And how is it?
I love it.
Oh, okay.
It's great.
No.
Ken's bed is comfy. I laid on it once. I took a nap
Oh.
after a long day on CJ's boat. Too much sun.
It is crazy though. Like you got a lot of options, and a lot of them are shit. You ever notice that? Like you're looking at a couch, and it's like, this is an expensive ass couch, but you can just sit on it. You can tell it's like just not as good as the one right next that only cost maybe $200 more, or even the same price. It's like some of it they're passing off as garbage nowadays. I feel like an old man saying this because my parents always say it, but like it's true.
Furniture in general is just overpriced.
Yeah, for sure.
Like so overpriced. I couldn't believe some of the prices on these things. I was like, for what? A fucking stool? Literally
Yeah.
a like
Dude,
a little
little
little coffee
stool
table.
is like $100 sometimes, probably more. But like I got the cheap ones, and I thought it was overpriced.
But then it's like they can do that because then they're just capitalizing on people that want to be in person.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just as much online, and you end up getting it. And typically, the online stuff is what's not good. You end up having to send it back.
I watched this Family Guy episode where they went and looked for new beds, and he like brought his whole like night get up and was eating berries in bed.
Couldn't you pause for a second? Did you like deliberately watch this episode because you're like, I'm going bed shopping tomorrow. I gotta watch. You're like
I gotta watch
scrolling
Family
through
Guy.
like Family Guy episodes, and it's like Peter goes bed shopping. You're like, oh, this one's perfect for me right now. Like,
Get me in the mood, fired me up.
this applies to me.
Yeah, no, it was weirdly convenient. And he like eats the berries in bed and like gets done making a mess, and then like stands up and goes, well, Lois, I think we know which bed we want. And then she goes, all right, I'll order it right now. And then orders it on Amazon or wherever.
Oh yeah, I suppose you could just go online. Yeah,
But that's why they say they'll match any online price in store.
yeah.
At least get your business.
You gotta, when you go in there, you kind of gotta wheel and deal them. Like you gotta be like don't even give them the sticker. Just be like, what can you do for me here, man?
Can you negotiate
Yeah.
a bed?
Really?
Oh, you can negotiate. I negotiated couch, table, bed sets. I every single piece. I get it below sticker.
Really?
Yeah.
No
just say,
shit.
Yeah. You just say, what can you do for me? And they come down.
Really?
Yeah. You say, I don't know. You know, I'm looking at another place. It's a little bit cheaper. I mean, this is nice so too. And they're like, well, what, you know, and you're like, what can you do? Like, are you guys firm on this, or how
What can you
up?
do for
Yeah.
me? And just boom.
No, I'm not
You know
kidding
what,
you.
though?
Amazing.
I mean, I'm
Pretty
not
much.
saying you're getting a shit ton of money off, but they'll knock it down a fair amount. I'm not kidding you.
Pretty much anything is negotiable.
I mean, you go to the grocery store, you can't really
Well,
negotiate.
yeah, not
at
that
the
kind of
cashier.
stuff.
Farmer's market, you could.
But basically, if there's a salesman, you can negotiate.
Mm.
That's the way you got to look at it.
Man, I have a good buddy that's he's a manager now, but he was a dirty car salesman, just a greasy bastard, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And
The greasiest.
he's always doing you a favor. He's never kicking you in the nuts, but he's always telling you about another story of somebody he did kick in the nuts, right?
That story must be about me. I bought a couple cars from that guy. He got such a good kick in the nuts on me a couple deals ago that he actually helped me out on this last one.
No, I'm just kidding. But
He's
you know,
good
some
kid.
people just have that. Like they just have that wheeling and dealing. You know who's really good at that is Ben Mala, the YouTuber, but he's like a real estate guy and he's just like turned YouTuber. Insanely entertaining. If you guys haven't checked him out, check him out on YouTube. But he pretty much just like said like anything is negotiable, and any offer he makes is like 75% of what they're asking, and then he just goes up from there. And
Really?
Yeah, but
Well,
Just
yeah.
comes in
you
low.
wouldn't believe how many people will just be like, they're having a bad day, that they need the money, or their price is already ridiculous, and then you just come in, kick them in the nuts a little bit, and then they'll come down.
It is kind of funny. I have had a few interactions with a bad negotiator, actually on my Volkswagen, bless them. They're still happy with it. He just sent me pictures of them enjoying it. But anyway, he was like,
I have never sold anything to anyone and gotten pictures of them enjoying it.
Well,
That's because yours is junk. It blew up as soon as they started it.
They aren't enjoying it.
They bought a dirt bike from you. They turned and it just blew up.
I do immediately block them after I sell something.
But he came in and he was like,
Burner phone.
how about $2,900? And I went, no. And he went, okay. I was like, no, I'd like to say around 3,500. And he goes, okay, give me $3,500. I was like, well, geez, I probably would have came down to like 3,300 at least, you know.
Well, they were sold on it. Probably.
Yeah, they were.
Who knows? Maybe you were already selling pretty cheap.
Yeah, I was, dude. It was a collectible. They got a good deal.
I don't know if collectible.
Just because it's old.
Yeah.
Just because it's old doesn't mean it's a collectible.
It's just an old freaking.
Antique.
They
Oldsmobile.
actually sent you a picture,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll
top
see.
down or what?
No, it was just parked, top down. They
Oh.
they drove it over to Red River.
Did they get that belt fixed on it?
Yeah, they did.
But hold
Okay.
on, they sent you a picture of it sitting in
At
at
Scott's.
at Scott's.
Yeah, they took
Getting
it over
worked
there.
In
on?
for repair.
Getting
No.
repaired or
No,
what?
they dropped off. I forgot a garage door opener and a contact case. So then they were like, brought it over to Red River. We'll make sure to service it here because I put in a good word for Scott, you know?
One time, this is kind of random, but one time one of our friends bought this truck and the old owner kept the keys and the truck got stolen out of his driveway.
No
Twice.
way.
Twice.
Yeah, no.
Twice.
What? We
Yeah.
still have the keys to our old Chevy.
Oh,
Our
shit, we can
Duramax.
track
We
it
should
down.
steal it.
No, that was like the guy's plan. Like he does that, I guess, all the time.
What?
So I was actually pretty good friends with. I still am, but I remember him telling me the story at the time. I was in high school, and he had his Duramax sitting there in the driveway, and he just heard it start up like at 3 a.m. He goes and looks out the window, and the guy's backing it out of the driveway. He just left with it.
So what was his plan? Like, did he
He
title
just took
transfer
it
not
back,
happen?
and I think he I don't remember if he tried spray painting it or something and changing the wheels, but then he just thought he was just gonna have it, and he just parked it back at his house where he bought it from or whatever. And yeah,
Wow.
so basically, long story short, you definitely don't want, if you buy something off Facebook Marketplace, you for instance a car especially, you definitely don't want them to know where you live because that might have been because then he just
on the
yeah.
second key. Yeah.
But he stole it twice, stole it 2 times, and then the cops. I think he went back to
What a
jail.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, talk about being a dumbass.
Yeah, that's
dude.
pretty stupid.
Hey guys, quick break in the podcast for a word from today's sponsor, ShipStation. The economy is a little unsteady right now, and small business owners like us are looking to the future and trying to make the smartest decisions possible for our brands and our businesses, and that's where ShipStation comes in. When you lower your shipping costs and make returns easy by using ShipStation, your customers stay happy while you save money. We love that ShipStation puts all of our orders in one easy-to-use dashboard and makes it super easy to compare rates between USPS and UPS. We get all our orders from Shopify, but if you guys have different stores, they all integrate into ShipStation and make it really easy to fulfill your orders fast. ShipStation effortlessly integrates everywhere you sell online, including Amazon, eBay, Shopify, Etsy, and more. Automate routine shipping tasks, print shipping labels, easily compare rates and delivery times to optimize every single shipment, and automate delivery notifications. So guys, worry less about the bottom line when you save money with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com and use code WIDEOPEN today and sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, code WIDEOPEN. Hey guys, quick break in the podcast for a word from today's sponsor, Bespoke Posts. No matter what you have going on this spring, Box of Awesome has you covered. From camping gear essentials, cookout must-haves, and drink game upgrades, Box of Awesome has collections for every part of your life, and it's the best box you'll open all month, delivered straight to your door, filled with carefully chosen gear from the best small brands around the world. To get started, you just take a quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers will help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. They release new boxes every single month across a ton of different categories, and each box is valued around $70, but you guys only pay a fraction of that price. And one thing that I love about Box of Awesome is it introduces you to things that you didn't even know you needed, like diving knives, an assortment of hot sauces, and pocket knives developed in the 1980s. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. So get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code WIDEOPEN at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code WIDEOPEN for 20% off your first box. Boxofawesome.com, code WIDEOPEN. One time, my parents were gone, so I'd snuck out. I believe Micah and I were hanging out, and it ended up ice storming. You know, when it rains in the winter, it gets really icy. And I was driving home at 3:30 a.m. and it was so icy, I couldn't make it up the turn to my turn left. You know, you kind of have to go up a little bank. So I was sitting on the side of the road, kind of trying to figure out what to do, how to get up to my corner or make my turn.
What were you in? TC?
in my TC.
Oh, that thing could barely drive on dry roads.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there and I see these headlights coming up behind me and I go, okay, I'm not going to do anything right now. I'm going to wait it out. So, he goes by me and everything's good. Buddy comes by me. Obviously, same thing happens. Tail end of this Duramax slides down and side swipes me right on the side of the road. And then the guy just floors it and takes off.
He's probably all ham-bony leaving the roadhouse.
Yeah, like 3:30. So we figured out.
3:30 in the morning?
3:30 in the morning. I was just a young, dumb
I
kid
remember
being
this
out
now.
too
Yeah, you
late.
sent pictures, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, I just got hit. Couldn't chase him down because my car wouldn't hardly move,
Yeah.
So anyway, we're just like, oh man, what are we going to do? I call my parents. They're pissed because I snuck out, like this whole ordeal. And I kind of remembered, I was like, all right, it was a white truck with like a black toolbox in the back, There's like 17 people that live around here. So I go drive by the roadhouse the next morning. There he is, 11 a.m., sitting at the roadhouse, big scratch down the side of his truck.
Was he working or drinking?
Drinking.
Wow.
Well, hold on. Maybe he brought his truck back there in case the little rat that he hit the night before was going to come and claim that he was on the road, and he was going to say, nope, my truck never left the parking lot.
Well, maybe he could have been smarter and talked his way out of it. But anyway, we brought it up and he was like drunk. And so the guy admitted, he was like, yeah, I don't remember driving home last night. I hit you.
Oh, no shit.
Worst part is it was his buddy's truck. His buddy was working in the oil fields and he went, I'm going to look cool for this chick that he was taking out. So he borrowed his buddy's truck without asking.
Oh my God.
Banged it all up. Had to pay for my new door.
So you just
what
paid
happened?
it cash or?
Yeah, he ended up being like, this is a
Let's work it out.
bad situation. So we worked it out
Does
for
he
him.
still live around here?
I guess I don't know what he drives now.
But who is it? I'd like to maybe
I
tell
don't-
me off camera. You
I don't know.
just
I literally don't know his name. I was
Okay.
pretty
It
young.
wasn't the
like
guy that came to our shop and did the burnout.
17. Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
I don't think it was Dr. Phil.
Could have been his friend though.
Could have been.
Because it was like a similar truck to that, wasn't it?
But yeah, anyway.
Man, I bet you were rattled.
So I can say I've gotten hit by a drunk driver. I was super rattled.
Dude, getting sideswiped and then they dipped.
Take off. Because I was sitting, I saw the headlights and then I kind of just went down on my phone and wasn't paying attention. And then all of a sudden it was
Jeez
crash
Louise.
noises. So Ben, when you said once you start really looking for something, CJ's noticed more Miatas, you notice more furniture stores.
Yeah.
I noticed more trucks with red wheels. I've seen 3 or 4 trucks with red wheels on them.
And they all look like shit.
Yours looks the best by far. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, I think yours maybe does look the best out of all of the ugly trucks with red wheels I've seen.
Thank you, guys. That's actually the nicest thing you've said about it.
I've seen a couple. I don't know if they deliberately tried to make it like our SEMA truck, but it was smaller wheels.
Oh yeah,
And it just
we did kind
It's
of
not
forget
it.
when we made fun of Ben's truck. I completely forgot that I was also a partial owner of a vehicle with red wheels.
you still are.
Still am. I
Still
guess.
are. But I don't know. I feel like the red on the SEMA truck
It works.
looks great. And also, Ben, your wheels have came around. I think they're nice.
Hey, let's not forget about the bourbon, which also has
Yeah,
red wheels.
well, the bourbon it looked fantastic from the start. I didn't have to warm up to it. It just looked good.
But I was shopping for wheels for my truck the other day, and I actually was nervous picking them out. I was like, oh my God, if I get ugly wheels, my friends will make fun of me.
For sure.
And
Yep.
I was like, this should be a fun experience. But I was in the back of my head, I'm like, I can't get these. The spokes, are curved. They'll make fun of me for that.
Why don't you just get what you want, Ryan?
Well, that's a good
There's
point.
probably no winning. No matter how cool they are,
You're right.
we're going to pick them apart.
Yeah. But it's actually surprising. There's more ugly wheels than there is good ones. That's for sure.
Most people that buy aftermarket wheels, they just don't have good taste.
Yeah. It's surprising.
It is.
I feel like when it comes to putting wheels on your car, it's kind of like getting plastic surgery, like a boob job. It shouldn't look fake. It shouldn't look out of place, Like when you put wheels, it should look like they meant, like the car should have came that way.
That's one way to look at it. But if you have an extreme enough
Full
build,
bolt on.
you can pull off something crazy like white wheels or whatever, and it
Or
looks
triple
sick.
D's.
Yeah, or triple D's, whatever you want to compare it to. But it is tough. That's a serious process. I remember when I got my wheels for my GTR, I didn't put a whole lot of thought in. I just knew I wanted this type of brand, and I asked, I messaged him and was just like, I want the perfect fitment or whatever. And it was like the cheapest version of what they sold because they sold pretty like high up wheels, and they made them to the spec that I needed. But I remember I was like, I'm going to do, instead of being basic and getting black, I'm going to get, I think it was like,
That's right.
like, I don't even know what it was.
Machine silver or something
Yeah,
like that?
silver or something like that. And I go and I'm like pretty excited. And I put them on. And everyone's kind of just like, no one even said they look bad. No one said they look good.
That's
and I was
almost
like,
just as bad.
That was bad. And I was like, God damn, I should have done a little more research or put a little more thought into this. And then I got them powder coated. Now it looked good, but
They do look good now.
yeah.
Like
no,
Ken's Tesla wheels are fire. Perfect.
it's very hard to nail it.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know, it takes a little bit of time and studying and just research. Like that's the nice thing about Fitment Industries and like custom offices is you can kind of see their showroom. They don't always have everything, but if you just Google it, and then I'll just scour, for.
You can normally get a good idea of at least
Yeah.
what you want.
I used to do it for weeks, but now I don't buy wheels because I don't.
Need to. 'Cause you don't buy anything.
I don't sell anything either, so I don't sell anything or buy anything.
Or mod anything.
Yeah, now I keep my truck stock.
Yeah.
I'm more mature than you, Ben. I don't need to roll around in my lifted up truck with red wheels, letting everyone know, hey, I'm here.
It
You
is
know?
kind of obnoxious.
I'm fine with just rolling in, quiet, no exhaust, and parking and
Bitch.
just yeah. Sometimes
Cool
You
fun
want,
park here?
you want it to blend in better when it's
Right.
stoved off in the rhubarb.
that too. But I'm fine with that. Just walk in, let my personality do the talking.
Yeah, you're so humble.
Well, you can try to strive for that
I know.
as you get older. You're
yep.
still a young guy.
Yeah, I do feel like I'm picking a thing up or two. Just a thing up or two from you.
Try to pick up more. You'd be a lot better.
So Ken, I got some pretty exciting news. There is a new self-driving service, and don't worry, yes, it is an electric an electric vehicle. It's called Sex LA, and it is a self-driving car.
Sex.
Hold
Sex.
on. What?
Yes, it is a self-driving, sex-positive robo-taxi.
Oh, Ken's favorite thing.
That's a lot of
He's
words
rock hard
for,
right now.
for a service.
More accurately, a way for people to service themselves while using an autonomous pod service.
Do we not have a camera on Ken? Shoot. Oh my gosh.
I just
Wait,
got
you
my,
have to service
cell phone.
yourself in the sex car?
It does say to enjoy a revolutionary masturbatory experience. God, I can't read today. Sorry.
So hold on, you can just jerk off while it drives you?
Can you bring a friend?
That seems a little weird. You're driving around town jerking off.
Seems illegal.
gotta be
I'm into some weird shit, but that's just weird,
There's
dude.
got to be some law about not
a little
being able
weird.
to do that.
About jerking off as you're driving around. It's got tinted windows.
Comes with tinted
What happens
windows.
if you get pulled over for a window tint? You got your dick in your hand. Your pants are in the back. You're like,
You're getting in an accident.
jeez Louise, that's
You're
even
hopping
worse.
out, pants around your ankles.
Is this
all
actually
lotioned up.
is this real?
Yeah, it's a Motor Trend article.
Oh, okay. So it's looking
That's a car?
No, that's not the actual car. It's down here.
got a long car ride ahead of you.
You know, I don't want to throw anyone's idea, like say anyone's idea is a bad idea, but that's just a bad, dumb idea.
Really?
You're not into that?
No, that's just a dumb idea.
Which part?
Okay.
The whole start to finish.
I mean, I think a sex car is a great idea, but a masturbation car?
Sex
Eh.
car, fine. A masturbation car, that's just dumb.
I don't know. I've definitely heard worse ideas.
You ever jerk, Ken, while Elon's driving you home?
No. Never
But
done
you
it.
totally
That'd probably
could.
be the best time to do it. You're in safe hands.
Yeah, you're in safe hands. You've got the big screen right here.
Two different safe hands.
How are the roads tonight?
That makes me think. We got AI coming. It's only a matter of time until we have like these basically almost human versions of robots. You ever seen the movie I, Robot?
Mm-hmm.
Or even Ex Machina? How long until that's a thing? And I mean, some people might get into an intimate relationship with a robot. Like, imagine that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Especially the vapors.
Oh, I mean, all you can hope is an intimate, two-way relation. He's out
we
of here.
lose
He walked out. He's out. He said, I'm out of here.
As soon as Bro, he doesn't want anything to do with this
Hey,
conversation.
the robot in Ex Machina is pretty good looking. I'm not gonna lie.
Can't say that.
Yeah, you can.
You look at it, pop it up on the screen. That's a great movie.
I guess some of those robots in Austin Powers were kind of hot too. With the machine gun.
Oh yeah, of course, right.
I gotta stop
That's
you there.
pretty
It's
badass.
Ex Machina, not
Ex
Machina.
Machina, whatever. Okay, sorry. That's a great movie. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I could totally see it.
I think that will happen, honestly.
Are all robots going to have vapes, though?
You know, I guess I was not thinking of like the slave driving robots. I was thinking of just like nice ones that, you know, you'd maybe want to be around.
I can't wait for that to be a South Park bit. You know, eventually they'll pick up sex robot slaves on vapes, and they'll know that it started here first.
Yeah. Or Simpsons. Simpsons has done everything. It's like you name an idea, Simpsons already did it.
Yeah, because they've been on TV for like 50, I don't know why I said
30,
15,
yeah.
like 30 years.
Probably more than that.
Simpsons
I think it was like
episodes-
87.
Jesus.
They started. Cause someone, let me just
Someone
double
look it
check. Dude, that's
We got Ken all jammed
insane
up back there.
to be putting a show out for that long. But I mean, you know, so Simpsons start date was December 17th, 1989.
So as long as our Miata's been alive,
But
the
it,
Simpsons have been going.
but The Simpsons began in 1987 as a cartoon short. And then
Oh.
they decided to make it into a show in 1989. So
Damn.
that's a long time to be. And I mean, they're constantly coming up with stuff, which makes sense why they've done it all. But
Yeah, but some of the things that they've predicted are just like
it is
weirdly
too real.
I almost
weirdly eerie.
that
pull
is
some up.
weird.
Pull
That is
pull
weird.
up like the craziest Simpson predictions.
Yeah, Simpsons predictions. There's tons of them.
I can just see Ken. The neighbors looking at us going, why is Ken taking his fifth loop around the block? It just hasn't finished.
You know, like when you take another lap because the song that you really like, you're jamming to, and you want a little more time in the car. Ken's got to do it for jerk.
Yeah, people start locking their doors. Like, someone's spinning the block. Oh, man, they're checking it. Gonna rob us tonight. What's going on? Just having a wank in the back.
The Tesla driving sound. Put dub this over. Just rolling by.
It's got his little fireplace going on.
Oh, who hawked a loogie on the end of my driveway?
Had the window open.
They predicted Disney would buy Fox, Richard Branson would start a space company, Trump would be president.
There's a lot.
NSA spying on the public,
I guess I could see that one coming.
rise of video chat. That's got to be an old one. Pandemic takes over the world.
Also, kind of could see it coming.
World Cup scandal.
How
40
many
people were indicted.
times do you think it's like life imitates art? You know, like Richard Branson sitting there eating Cheerios, watching The Simpsons, and goes, "Oh look, I started a space company on The Simpsons. I might fuck around and do that."
I feel like some of this,
You know,
they just put out so much content that like for every
If they predicted that
99
one-
misses, there's got to be one that just
Yeah,
hits
I'd
a home
agree.
run.
That's what I was thinking. What Ken just said. You do enough things, like you're gonna hit it a few times.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
mean, I guess.
Yeah, but also some of these are just more than coincidence. I feel like there's got to be better examples. But anyways,
You guys know how I was kind of telling you guys about the tenant that I had that I was like constantly getting calls about. The first one being like smoking in the unit, and the other tenants were saying that it was smelling like pot. The second one being
Oh
like,
no!
Evan, were you
I know,
buzzing over there and hanging out?
I have a couple. I have a
Absolutely
couple
not.
tenants. No, and then like parking in the wrong spot. Basically, just getting calls from like all the
Two
other
stones, just
people.
parking in the wrong spot.
jeez,
Well, I got a text from them the other day.
from the tenant or from someone else in the building?
from the tenant
Oh,
that was like, "Hey, I came home from work and one of the other tenants was having my car towed out of the parking lot. I'm so sick of this. I'm moving out." Which I was like, okay, sounds good, because
Great.
I was getting all these calls. Like I was like
Yeah, that
gonna
they were
have
a
to
problem.
evict them as of last week. I was like, I probably gotta evict them. And then they text me that. Yeah,
nice.
Is
dude.
that legal to just tow someone's car?
It must
Like,
be
oh,
parked
they're
in the
parked
wrong
in my-
spot.
must have been parked in the wrong spot.
But
Yeah.
you'd still think you'd have to be like the property owner, not just the neighbor being like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I
they're
have no
parked in front
idea.
of my
I have no
house."
idea. And they were like, I'm so sick of this, which I don't entirely blame. Yeah, you getting your car towed, but granted, I guess you park in the wrong
Kinda
spot
did it to
anywhere.
yourself.
Yeah, you're going to get your car towed, but.
That's pretty lucky. Ken's over there shaking his head.
You park in the wrong spot, you're getting it towed.
Well,
but-
if you didn't
yeah, you
like
can.
her, I was gonna say you could have Ken call her and try to calm her down. I know it sucks when your car gets towed, but it's okay. Go over there with a company credit card and pay for it.
I've been there. Yeah.
That's probably best case scenario though. Like if you evict someone,
Yeah.
I've heard stories of them like fucking up the place because they're mad. They still have a certain amount of time to move out, and they just, put holes in the wall or whatever, and then leave, and then you never get. Maybe they don't even pay the last month or whatever of rent, and then you got all these. They tear it up, So that's good because it was mutual. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Well,
Yeah, I mean, and
Goes out on
having
good
to
terms.
evict someone, you have to take them to court and go through that whole
Oh
process.
man.
Yeah, it's a total pain in the ass. So, yeah, it was pretty lucky on that.
And,
And
she's
it was
still
like,
technically on the hook for rent too, right?
yeah, but
probably
like,
ain't gonna see it.
Well,
Maybe.
you're technically
I mean, yeah,
obligated.
better. But yeah, I was like, no shit. I was so surprised.
Love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Dude, that's a good way to get out of it. You just have someone else go over there and start messing with their shit, and they're like, I need to get out of here. Secretly
Yeah.
make them want to leave. And you're like, oh, what? I can't believe that's going on. That's bogus. I'd get out of there too.
You have their car towed. You're paying to have it towed.
I was going to say, I don't think you have to pay for it. In my experience, I have a buddy that once had another one of my friend's cars towed, and the person who called the tow truck company didn't have to pay $1. Just
Oh.
the person who got their vehicle
Oh,
towed.
really?
Really? And then
Yeah.
they paid for it out of pocket, I take it?
Well, not in that instance, but I think, most people would have to just pay out of their own pocket.
I know a guy who's gotten his car towed, and it's the person who gets their car towed that gets to pay for it.
Yeah, that's
Really?
it's been confirmed.
Oh damn, that's like a double kick in the nuts. Not only is your car gone, but then you got to pay for it too. It makes sense when the city tows your car, but when your neighbor tows or your friend tows your car.
You want to know what the triple kick in the nuts is?
What's that?
When it's an all-wheel drive car and they just tow it from the two front wheels and fuck up your
Blow
whole
the transmission out of it.
drivetrain.
I think you can go after the tow company for that.
I have no idea.
I thought most
But yeah.
towing companies literally are like, we are not liable. Like if they rip your bumper off, towing it up, that's on you. Your car was too low. In my experience, anyways.
I don't know how that
From my
works, but-
understanding, too, I believe that is the case.
Yeah, I have a feeling it'd be kind of hard to get them to.
You guys ever seen those like intense repo videos? Not the show on TV when it's
Lizard
like
lick
repo.
towing.
Yeah,
So
dude,
fake.
That was a
dude,
good
that
show.
shit
It's so fake.
Yeah, but when
scripted.
you were in,
It's good
I was in
TV.
middle school. I thought it was real, and I was like, "This is insane." It was so funny.
Every single time there's a fight or some just crazy
Blasting the
extenuating.
woman with a fire
They were like
extinguisher.
chasing after him. I remember this one video. They put Vaseline all over the guy's handles after they like took the car. I don't know. They had like some kind of beef with him. It's so
Oh
funny.
my gosh!
What about Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Now,
That was real. Lit
That was a
too.
great show.
Was that?
How real?
That was
Was it
real.
really?
I mean,
I think so.
It does seem real,
You think?
but
I think those were real criminals
I'd
that
agree.
they were
honestly.
trying to hunt.
I'd agree
I'm
with
sure,
that.
obviously.
I'd agree with that. There were
there's
certain
parts
scripting.
of reality TV in it, but no, I think it was real criminals that they were
I agree.
actually.
That was a great
branding.
show. Is Dog the Bounty Hunter still alive?
Yeah, but I think his
Wife passed
died.
away. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you laughing about, Evan?
Just
Fuck, those were some big boobs.
I was waiting for it.
And someone had to say it. My God.
That's why I was looking at him. I was waiting for him to say it. I was like, he's gonna say it.
give him enough time.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Beth.
I used to think it was real, but it's like Patty Mayo or something like that on YouTube where he goes in and basically is a bounty hunter. But those are fake.
Those are so fake. Yeah.
Like
That's
after
where like the
I
whole
watched
family
like
will
3
come
of
out
them.
and they get into big fights and
Yeah,
stuff.
and he wasn't that good of an actor when I first started watching him, but I still see like his videos come up through the Discover feed and it's like 10 million views. So it's working for him. It's
Isn't that
entertainment.
amazing how in the moment you don't realize how, or back in the day, you don't realize like how scripted and fake that shit used to be. And then
Oh,
you watch
dude.
it nowadays and you're like, how did anyone even believe any of this?
I think reality TV people in the early 2000s or mid 2000s had it so easy because
Yeah.
nobody knew. They never questioned it.
yeah, you wouldn't even question it.
Yeah, now.
There's just so much out there.
Enough people did it bad that now you realize it and you're just like, okay, this isn't real.
I think I was thinking about this on my way back out here today. It almost seems like produced, like when a unscripted, I'm putting my fingers up, unscripted reality TV show is the way it's produced. When it's overproduced, everyone just knows it's not real. You know, you're like, oh, I was the camera there, you know? And I think that's why you're seeing such a rise in just YouTube videos. Like, people like seeing the real shit, you know? And it's pretty, at least, you know, I not to toot our own horn, but our stuff it feels real, and it is real for one, but like, you know, it's just like, it's got this raw factor to it. It's not so overproduced where you're like feeling like, oh, they set this up, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what they like nowadays.
Yeah, like people just took it too far. Like reality TV just took it too far, and people just like lost trust in it.
But people are getting smarter now too, and they've been exposed to like what real looks like, and then you go and watch what you thought was real, and you're like, this is you know, stuff starts not lining up and whatever. And I don't know, it's still entertaining. Like, even when you watch like Fantasy Factory, it's like so clear
that
stuff
set
is
up,
like I was watching it. It was a couple months ago. I just watched every episode just because. I don't know. I'd just go at night. I'd watch like one episode or two episodes. And I remember this one shot. So Rob like goes in and hits Drama's glass door with like a bulldozer or something. And he comes running out and he's got this gold Rolex on. And I was like keeping an eye because I like watch it. So I was like, oh no, he's got a gold Daytona on. And it cuts back to Rob. And Rob is standing on the things like, we're going racing. It is this pit bike race episode. And it cuts back to Drama. He doesn't have his watch on anymore.
So you knew it was
I was like,
between the shots.
So it almost felt like they were like, oh, we missed this talking snare, so I need you to stand back over here up against this wall and just talk in this direction. But he didn't have his watch on that day or whatever. And then it cut back and he had his watch back on.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, damn, I'm surprised I suppose they were just like, whatever, we just got to run it. But
that is interesting. I love noticing little misses in continuity like that.
And I'm not talking shit.
No.
I love that show. It was a great show, but it is interesting to, you know, look back on.
You know what's amazing is that Tom Cruise does all of his own stunts.
You see that video of him jumping off the motorcycle and
Yeah.
just eating it?
No, but
That
it was the
a
most
big
graceful.
crash.
What about graceful crash though?
Yeah.
Like, it was a hard crash, but he like held his composure. He was all rigid.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
was
thought it
weird.
was amazing.
I didn't see that.
Was it him that was on the side of the airplane too?
Yeah.
That was him?
Yeah.
Oh my, pull that up. I couldn't remember which actor it was, but I remember thinking, oh, geez Louise. They
On the
were like
side of
driving
an airplane?
They must have had him like strapped in some way, but he was like supposedly holding on, but it was still crazy because they take off on this airplane. He's like, holy,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so sick.
it was nuts, dude.
There's another one where he jumps off of this massive FMX ramp into like a canyon and then just parachutes away.
Wow.
He
But
does
there's, like-
that?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Pull it up. Here it is, right here.
Oh, this?
Tom
Riding a
Cruise
motorcycle.
performed his most dangerous stunt yet. This guy should be on Jackass. Except he
Holy
lands it.
crap.
Real textbook.
This reminds me of eBay Motors. They got the tent in the back. Everyone's watching.
He does it so methodical. Wow. He's 60? Not bad, Tom.
Holy smokes. He's 60 years old doing this? That is so cool.
Okay.
Could you pull up
You know
the
what else-
airplane one?
You know
Sorry.
what else is crazy is that they allow him to do it.
No kidding.
You know, there
dude.
is something to be said about like I do my own stunts.
but are you
and
gonna
these
tell
actors-
him
Yeah, you're going
no?
to tell
If he's
Tom
like-
Cruise
No,
no?
Well, yeah, you're not. But think, bro, they've got what $100 million budget on this movie, and they've already spent 90 of it, and they're just getting the last shots. And then he goes and does that, and then he hurts himself, or something happens, and they have to just like cancel the entire movie.
Yeah. So true. Even something as simple as like if he broke his arm, like not even catastrophic, but he's got a broken arm, and they're like, "Great, well now we can't shoot for 9 months."
Yeah, you're out
I
that
don't know how
money
long
too.
your arm
Yeah.
was broken.
So I'm just like very surprised that he, you know, is allowed to do it by the entire production team. But maybe
All right.
that's like the beauty of like using Tom Cruise. Then you get to like use the marketing of like he did all of his own stunts.
All right, watch this. This is from Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise. So they had some kind of strap. Look at him.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So obviously he's strapped, but still, this is insane. It doesn't even matter if you're strapped. Look at that. That's him.
It looks like they just have a ratchet strap slammed in the door on the inside, dude. That's
so crazy,
nuts.
dude. Because just think, so he had to sit up there holding on to that for quite a while.
Yeah, you knew that shit took an hour to set up too.
And then he had to they had probably. I wonder if he was able to like let go and then,
Yeah,
or if he had to hold on that
the whole
thing
time?
up and then down.
I feel like you wouldn't want to let go because then you'd be like back there. You'd be like flapping against the side of this plane. What are they gonna do?
I think they could have pulled him in that door, right? That the
Well,
strap was,
maybe
like,
I
pinched
guess.
in?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Still,
Yeah, can you imagine landing? Yeah, like landing, holding.
Dude,
on
you know how
the
fast that airplane's going, and it just go whoosh, like it almost would like you open that door. I don't know. That'd be quite the.
No, but you can open doors on plane, like
Yeah, but like
skydive
skydive,
planes.
that looked like a Boeing.
Well, obviously because he's acting, so he can't like wear a helmet. But like all those stunts, like the one where he crashes the dirt bike, like he's crashing on dirt or whatever. Just
that one up.
no helmet. Yeah, and like same with the base jump one we just watched. No helmet.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Something that even the most gnarly dudes would normally wear a helmet for. He's out there no helmet.
Ev, I could see you being a stuntman. You and Mike.
I'm awfully short to be a stunt double though. Like who could I fill in for?
Dude, Tom Cruise is like
Cruise.
5'6".
Yeah, but he does his own stunts. Yeah, this one is amazing.
Wow, is this an older movie?
I think it's just a recording of
This is
recording.
my
Look at this dude.
favorite.
What is he riding? No way.
Oh,
Dude, are his nuts
he's
okay?
like, I'm good.
Yo, watch that though. Like the
This
What
is the
the-
oddest fall I've ever seen in my entire life.
He
Look, his
got
legs getting
nutted
sucked
by
up in the tire too. Like that's not good. This is worst spot to be on a bike.
He's lucky his
Oh
leg
my
kind of
God.
came out.
Wow. He
And then he
rolled
goes for the
just
high five.
fine, dude.
Amazing.
that he had to have been younger then.
Yeah, he was. It looks like it.
That was posted on YouTube 7 years ago. So however long ago.
Oh, he was only 53.
No, that's an old movie.
Wait, what movie did that say? Did it?
2013. So
Oblivion.
10 years ago.
Never heard.
Oh,
of
he
it.
was only 50.
We're coming up on that.
Maybe 49 on a good
Isn't
day.
he part of like that Scientology?
Yes, he
Cruise?
is.
Yeah, he is.
That might be
Yeah.
part of his why he's able to take a fall like that and just be fine.
The blood of young
They're
children.
doing some weird shit over there that's helping them.
Is that Scientology?
I don't know if that's.
Lizard people, all the whole gang.
Ken, what is Scientology? Like, what do they preach?
Why?
Why do they get such a bad rep?
Because they're. I don't want to say anything because I don't want the Scientology people going after us. Those
That's
people
so
are
weird.
batshit crazy.
You're
Really?
actually worried
You
about
like
that?
say like negative things about them, and then they like follow you, and they do like intimidation tactics. It's
Really?
Ken
all over
says
the internet.
something, shows up at home. Tom Brady standing in the driveway like this, got a bat,
Throws a football through his window.
fucking kicks Ken's ass and leaves.
Like if you guys watch there's a
Ken's like, oh,
Netflix
no.
series on people leaving Scientology.
Dude, Tom Brady or Tom Cruise?
Tom Brady, I'm pretty sure is Scientology.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure.
Tom Brady
all
too?
Will Smith is. Tom Cruise. I maybe
from
I'm wrong with
MySpace,
Tom.
Did you say Will Smith is?
Yeah, Will Smith is in Scientology too.
Really?
At
We
least
better-
at one time. I don't want to.
We better lock in that Aaron Rod. No. Just grouping everybody in the Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady kisses his kids though, and that's always rubbed me the wrong way.
Why? Because you wish.
Like on the lips?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like the forehead or the cheek
Yeah,
side.
like-
Yeah, not on the lips.
Like a
That's-
little hug. That's
Yeah.
fine, but like, come here, son.
you don't.
Laying a fat
Yeah.
one on him.
Uh,
That ain't it.
no.
There's like he took a really weird like picture. What are you thinking of right now? I don't even want to say it. He took like a Instagram story, and it was like his son was sitting on his lap, but they were like straddling, like how like you and Nikki would straddle at the beach, like you're sitting behind her and she's sitting in front, like laying down in between your legs.
Did he have a boner like I would?
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
That is a little weird.
Nah, but it is kind of weird.
What are we finding out on the Scientologists?
Tom Brady, not confirmed, not denied. So I don't know.
There is some rumors though. Okay,
He's
so
like-
I'm-
he's in
Scientology.
church.
One one says Catholic, one says Scientology. So
okay.
Oh, really?
But Will Smith, I know he is, and Tom Cruise. Then yeah, for sure.
So you can't be religious and be in Scientology?
yep.
Those things clash?
I don't
Yep,
know.
yeah, they are members of the Church of Scientology.
Ben and my grandma, and not our grandpa Ron, but who our grandma was, our other grandpa who hasn't been on YouTube. They used to be. They
got
used
my
to be Scientologists. They were part of the church, and they would like go down to California when Ben and my parents were kids. And I don't know, like they'd like do stuff down there, but I guess eventually they just said, this is too much for us. Like it wasn't as weird, at least back in the day.
What kind of stuff?
I don't know.
Like
they
weird
don't.
stuff?
I asked this, and there's very vague answers.
Very
but
vague.
we just do stuff.
So they were
I was like,
uncomfortable
what?
with
I don't
what
know
they've
what the-
done. They don't want to tell
I
you.
don't fucking know, dude. But all I know is it apparently got too weird for them, and they called it. They were like, "We ain't doing this anymore."
Me and CJ's parents were down there with them. Like,
Yeah.
it was in California. It's like, hey, we're going to California. We can go on a vacation. But then they're also like going to that church. They couldn't go in. Like, our parents couldn't go into the church. They would have to sit on like the church steps while our grandparents would go inside.
That's kind of
If
weird.
you're not like committed to the church, you can't go inside the church.
They offer you guys any like Kool-Aid or anything like that?
Well, not us. We weren't
I
there,
didn't
but
go.
yeah, I have no idea. Apparently,
you for
that-
getting it.
I wouldn't doubt
Oh,
if
what?
there's maybe some
don't
weird
drink
shit
the
going on
Kool-Aid.
because they clearly were like, this is. I guess that's all I. They just said it got to be a little weird, so we called it. But it wasn't weird apparently when they were. They say it wasn't. Like
It
that
wasn't
back
weird
then.
when they were first joining.
Well, what
Yeah,
is it?
or
What do
when
they?
they were in
What do
it,
they
yeah.
do? Or what? Like, what do they preach? I
Science.
They're very secretive, but it's kind of like one of the things was there's an old man who like basically owned this ship, and he like brought all the. This was like in the 60s. He like
This is Noah's Ark, bro.
L. Ron Hubbard like brought all these like younger people on the ship, and it's just fucking weird. There's Netflix series on it.
Like
It's-
Epstein
Oh,
Island,
really?
but a boat.
Well, maybe I'll go watch that tonight.
You guys see that somebody was buying Epstein Island for like $60 million?
Really?
Yeah.
Does it
And-
come with the children?
Unbelievable, Evan.
Hopefully not. But actually, though, who's buying that? Like,
don't know.
somebody who has $60 million, why aren't they like, I'll go buy another island
Yeah.
that wasn't, insert words about Epstein's Island here.
Yeah.
Supposedly turning it into a resort island. So
Oh,
that's where
man.
it gets even
Yeah,
more
bad
confusing.
They
is
are for
who's
sure.
gonna want to go?
They're out of
They are
touch.
for sure flying out future presidents.
It's where the next fire festival is going to be.
Dude,
They're
they
doing a
are.
second one.
They're
I
prepping.
did hear that they were going to, but that'd be the
The
perfect
same
place.
guy's doing it? Don't tell me.
Yeah, he is.
Billy.
Guy's doing it.
Billy is doing it again?
That guy's such a doorknob.
Billy.
What is he? He thinks he's going to do it again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and pay back.
The
He
investors.
owes, I think, $20 million or
It's
something
a
like
shit
that.
ton of money.
But
Honestly,
I think it's more than.
I don't know.
20
He said he's
million.
gonna fix the mistakes they made. There's no way that he makes the same mistakes
I agree.
twice. There's
I agree.
no
That's a
way
good
that
point.
he makes the
and he
same
does
mistakes.
have a reputation now. I mean, he has a pretty bad reputation, but at least everyone knows what it is. And you're kind of like, damn, it might actually work this time. And
Yeah.
even if it is a bad experience, I almost want to go because if you're, you get
legendary.
to see it. And
But if
like,
it
be
goes
like,
down
we win.
worse than the last one did, how legendary would that be?
Dude,
Then you're
so
there.
You know what we should do is send Ken with a vlog camera to Fire Festival.
Would
3
you go?
or
I'll
2.
come with. I'm down.
Where's that? Bahamas?
Yeah, I think he likes the Bahamas.
God, that'd be kind of sick, even if it did just go down terribly.
Ken's there. He's like, okay, we're sleeping in our tent right now.
The tent's blown away.
It's storming real bad.
Dude, that was so gnarly. I've watched that documentary multiple times.
That's a good one. They have
It's a-
2 different ones.
Yep. And just, I can't imagine being there. Like, true chaos.
It
Like,
looked like chaos.
trying to get any water or food, and they're showing like a little bit of lettuce and a tomato that they're getting. And
I don't know, man.
I did hear that it
I-
was portrayed a bit worse.
that would make sense. The
Yeah.
documentary would really make it look the worst.
Because
but
he was in jail at the time. They're like, fuck this guy. We're going to make him look like an idiot.
They did a good job at that.
They did for sure.
Honestly, I guarantee that Firefest 2 will be more of a success than the first one because the dude is not trying to have that happen again. Because it's like you would never come back from it if it happens twice.
You
That's
guarantee
true.
it?
I would guarantee it. It's got to be better.
This is going to be
But
clipped.
dude, after
Gotta be
he
better.
got after the Fire Festival thing went to hell, like he got jammed up right after again for more fraud stuff. So like how I don't know. Do you think he's ever actually going
Maybe he's
Basically,
gonna
what
to
he
do
said he
things
did-
right? It's like he's just gonna fraud his way forever.
Basically, what he said is he just lied to the investors about what he was going to use the money for. And if he hadn't lied to them about what he was going to use the money for, he would have been totally good.
Yeah, that was the illegal part. Hosting a shitty festival, that's
It's not illegal.
Lying to investors is,
Yeah.
Evan.
At least in his situation.
Ken, be honest. What are you doing in Vegas tomorrow?
I'm going to the Ford Bronco off rodeo.
Off rodeo.
I knew there was cowboys involved.
Ken
You're going
is
tomorrow?
Ken is going to Vegas by himself for 2 days.
Well, I
That's pretty
asked
suspicious.
Mike, and Mike was like, "Yeah, that'd be fun. Maybe hold off on booking it. I don't know if I want to go yet." And then so I was just like, "Fuck it. I'm just gonna book it. If Mike wants to go, he can go. If not, that's fine." Mike never booked anything that he told me of, so I'm just gonna do it.
Good for you, Ken.
Good for you, Ken, for going. But where are you going? What are you actually doing? Be honest.
But what is it? It's actually to test the limits of your Bronco, although thankfully you're in a position that you've already done that, kind of. But
Yeah, it's basically you go there, they show you all the marketing. This is what your Bronco can do, and then drive around an off-road course for a day, and then
are you going to flex on everybody and be like, I already did this in my Bronco?
no.
Which Bronco?
You should show them pictures of yours.
Make sure you take a picture of that dent in the side of it so you go, yeah, I got this off-roading one day.
My friend was
my
actually
buddy
the one
did it.
driving it, but
Wait, which Bronco do you get this from? Like the Raptor Bronco or
No,
just a normal
the
Bronco?
first one.
Dang, so you
Really?
get one for the Raptor too.
Wait, anyone that buys a Bronco can do this?
Yeah. Yeah, Mike could have done it if he wanted, but he didn't.
Wow. I wonder how many Bronco people know that.
They give you like a little mailer, then they put you on an email list when you buy the car. So
And it's free.
yeah,
Wow.
you got to fly there, but
That's pretty
You
good.
get a
Anything is
hotel room
free.
for free?
Ken and I did that for his Focus
Focus.
RS, and it was fun as shit, except for I didn't know how to drive a manual. So it was really embarrassing when you're doing a track day in a car that you're supposed to own and you don't know how to drive
your
it.
Scion
How
wasn't
did
a
you-
manual.
No.
No. This whole time watching you e-braking around, I thought it was at least a manual. Oh, bro.
I might delete that part so people still think I'm cool. No, it was a bit unfortunate.
I think it'd be a great video if we went there and like all these Bronco owners are going through this off-road course and they're going like 3 miles per hour and they're like, look at the flex on this one. Wow, this is insane. And then we go there and we're just like jumping over.
Yeah,
the
just hit it
log.
at 60. They're like, that's not what you're supposed to do.
I remember in the Raptor one, they were explaining to us that you did get to jump the Raptor. Do you get to jump your Bronco?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
You
I'm
should
just,
send
I'm
him
just
a-
showing up there.
You
Ken,
should
you
show
gotta
them a
hoon the
video.
shit out
Yeah,
of it.
you got to beat the shit out of that thing.
I paid the $50 for insurance. So.
No way.
all it costs?
$50 for insurance
Yeah, with like $1,000 deductible, so you can fuck up the car, and it's
for $1,050.
yeah.
That's worth it. Total.
100% worth it. Ken, you should go out there and just crank a left-hand corner and roll it.
Oh my god! If you do that,
Just-
I'm gonna be so bummed
That we weren't there to-
not there to like witness it. But if you come back and you tell us like, yeah, I totaled out a Bronco, amazing.
Ken, I'll give you the $50 for the 1,050 if
Have
you
somebody
total
just-
out a Bronco.
Just have somebody just iPhone it.
Yeah, just an
Doesn't
iPhone.
even
That's fine.
matter if it's vertical. Just iPhone it. But you gotta hoon the
I'll-
shit
I'll
out of
think
And he's
about
like,
it.
then he has to have evidence that he actually was doing a Ford
Yeah,
Bronco off.
it. Yeah. Now he's like,
Ryan and Ben and I, we're going to Florida to hang with Steve Hamilton, and we're going to Disney World. He invited us to Disney World. He's part of this like exclusive club that he was talking about on his podcast with us. And we're going this weekend. I guess a bunch of other YouTubers are going to be there. I don't really know much though.
No, I don't really know much.
Yeah,
either.
I don't. So I mean, we'll be able to talk more on it next podcast, but it gives you something to look forward to. I don't know if we're gonna be able to film it. It's kind of the deal because like there's gonna be other YouTubers there. I think we're like real. Now I'm not saying they aren't, but like how we are off camera is very much so how we are on camera. Like there's not any difference. Whereas I don't know if they would want us like vlogging with them or like, imagine if someone just pulled up on you and was like, ooh, you're just filming them, when you're with them.
Could also get a little weird being, say it is 10 YouTubers, so there's 10 people filming this thing.
I
It
don't
would-
think the ones are going to, at least the supposed list that I saw, I highly doubt they're
they
going to be
would.
vlogging.
Yeah,
If
I don't think so
anything,
either.
maybe Steve's crew will because, I mean, he
'Cause he
deserves
set
to.
up the whole trip?
Yeah, he's paying for it. So he should be the only one vlogging, if anything. But it'll be interesting.
it's definitely a random crew.
Yeah, it's like a real mixture.
It's a real mixture.
I'm excited
I'm
to
excited
meet all of them
It's
because
gonna be
I'm
great.
big fans of everyone that, at least the list that I saw. But also, I have no idea if they're actually going to show up. So we'll see. Either way, it's going to be fun because I
Gonna be
mean,
good. We'll talk about it in the next pod.
Yeah,
how
yeah.
it goes.
it sounds yeah.
Guess you'll just have to subscribe.
It's funny. People keep asking, I was getting a haircut today. She's like, you got any plans for this weekend? I'm like, oh, I'm actually going to Florida. Oh, what are you doing down there? Going to Disney World. Oh, really? Who you going with? Me, my buddy Ben and Ryan. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Why are you going to Disney World? I was like, oh, well, this guy invited us, and he loves Disney World, and he has these, crazy. Then it starts to make more sense.
So you and your buddies are going to Disney World because some guy invited you?
Yeah.
Are you sure
It
about
does.
that?
I know. I oftentimes think, man, she's got to think I'm just lying. She's got to think I'm just lying, but I'm telling the truth.
It's a pretty weird thing to lie
Kind of complex.
about.
Yeah, it's just like trying to make himself sound like he's doing stuff. Like he's constantly got all these things,
It can be a tough
Like, I
balance.
come up with a better story than going to Disney World with my buddies.
Yeah, it does sound pretty random.
I mean, it sounds like a blast, but yeah, if
Yeah,
you
no,
were
it's
really
gonna
going
be
to
fun.
stretch the truth on something and like
Yeah.
sound exotic, like maybe
Yeah.
anything.
How long have you been going?
I'm going to Vegas for a Bronco rodeo.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous,
I just imagine Ken walking around Vegas. Imagine like far shots, like set up very nice, like a movie, and it's just Ken walking. He's got a briefcase and he's got his like a cowboy hat on. It's kind of below his eyes. It's like dun dun dun
Big Matthew.
dun. It's him checking in. Hello, Mr. Matthews. Takes his coat off, hands it to him. He like hops in the elevator, presses the button, closes the door.
Closes the door.
The door closed. Then he's like, it's just going up, checking into his room. It's like this long sequence of just mystery. You're like, what is this guy doing?
What is he doing?
What is he doing?
Next shot, he comes out wearing a Ford shirt. You never know this guy's next move.
I feel like it will be kind of fun, though. Like, you like Vegas. You'll be able
I'm
to go
jealous,
there.
Ken.
You get a little gambling in, solo gambling, peaceful. Then you go out, drive some cars, gamble a little more, come home. Sounds
I'm
fucking
in and out
fun.
in 36 hours.
I'm
That's-
cracking jokes, but I'm highly jealous.
Yeah, it
That
sounds
does
very
sound
fun.
Nice. It does sound nice.
In and out.
The
Enjoy
tables.
Vegas for an afternoon. Go back at the lake.
Yeah, sounds
That's my
pretty
plan for
good
the
plan.
weekend.
to-
Some
And you're
people
gonna be
got
able-
it figured out.
You're gonna be moving light, Like you're gonna be so
that's what I
nimble.
mean.
Like you can do whatever you want because you don't have this crew where like people like let's go over here and film this or let's do that or this.
Don't have to
You're
worry
just
about
like-
having anyone miss a flight
Yep.
or
Pissing on your floor.
Getting lost in the hallway.
It is kind of nice. I mean, yeah, everything's more fun with friends, but yeah, you don't even have to, like, if you want to go anywhere to dinner, you don't even have to ask anyone. You're just like, I want to go there, and then you go.
Yeah, you're gonna be traveling light.
Ken, you should dress like really fancy, and then people will just like start wondering, like, who is this man of mystery? And then maybe you'll start getting free shit.
I'm not sure if you're going to look too out of place in Vegas if you're dressed fancy. I think we look out of place in Vegas
Because
we're
wear
not
t-shirts
dressed
and jeans.
fancy.
you
Yeah,
wear
but
a
maybe at
t-shirt and
the
a hoodie on the
Bronco
strip
thing.
and you're like, what is this person doing?
You should wear your cowboy hat.
Good idea.
And
I
boots.
would.
Yeah.
If you're going to a Ford Bronco rodeo off,
Yeah, you should be very West.
I can't get
if
the
you
name
took the
right.
Ford out of that and you just said I'm going to a Bronco rodeo or whatever whatever they call it, people would be like, "Oh man, this guy's a cowboy."
can
And you kind of got like the stature of a bull rider
Yeah, like
or like a Bronco rider. You'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna ride the most high-end Bronco training course."
did you read the fine print? Are you sure that you're actually driving Broncos and not riding fucking Broncos?
it shows up, it's a full on
fuck,
rodeo.
No, it's just it's a horse.
They're like,
It's
"Get
a
on."
horse camp.
I didn't look into it that far, so maybe.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
It'd be amazing. Ken, if you're sitting at a blackjack table, make sure you have your cowboy hat on. Wear it the whole weekend. And whenever anyone asks what you're in town for, you say the rodeo. That's it. People will immediately have respect for him. Like, this guy's a badass. Because, I mean, I've been in Vegas, when we have at least been in Vegas multiple times when, like, the rodeo's there. Like, they got the PBR bull riding. And they're all walking around their get up. Like, they got their boots on. It's hotter than shit out. They're wearing jeans and, like, their flannel, and they got their hat on. Those
The
guys.
vest.
I don't. About the second to last guy you want to mess with in Vegas, right behind UFC fighters.
Yeah, I was just say right behind a legitimate UFC fighter.
yeah. They demand respect. So you just got to say you're in town for the rodeo.
But just don't say it to another guy wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You don't fuck around with an actual cowboy.
They go, oh, what? There were another cowboy hat guy sitting next to you. He goes, what are you in town for? You go, oh, what? How the hell did this get on my head? They take off. Someone set this on my head. I'm just here visiting.
What are you in town for? Oh, there's a convention of this new car coming out that you can jerk off in, and it drives you around town, and I'm a representative for them.
I'm doing endurance testing.
The cowboy hat in the backseat of a Bronco. What's he doing in there?
Dude, my buddy Ryan rode a bull one time.
I hate when you tell people that actually ride bulls that I rode a bull.
Here,
Bro,
show the picture, Ryan. Show the picture.
Anyone that rides bulls knows how gnarly it is. And
Yeah.
you rode a bull, dude. You
that's
rode
like-
a bull.
That's like walking up to Ken Roxon and then going, my buddy CJ rides dirt bikes. And he's like, yeah, buddy.
All right.
Oh,
It
let
is
me see.
similar. But there's no easy way to get on a bull.
No.
Every bull is going to be gnarly.
There's just some bulls are 450s and some are 110s.
For sure. But, dude, that bull could have fucked you up.
Could have.
The bull before you
Did fuck that guy up.
Messed the guy up real bad. That was an actual like bull rider. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
serious,
his face
but
and his collarbone and
Yeah,
stuff like
dude.
that.
yeah,
Not good.
that was
worth
insane.
it.
That was hands down the craziest thing I think that we've ever done on the channel.
That's a heavy title.
I think so.
Highest consequence. I mean,
Yeah.
you're out of control.
Yeah, that is the one scary thing. You're basically just hopping on this 1,000-pound thing that you have no control over.
Well, good luck,
good.
Ken. Good luck this weekend, Ken, and whatever your Vegas endeavors are.
It's just for a Friday. Just for a Friday.
One night.
All right.
That's all the Broncos can handle. All righty. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already.
Peace.